and welcome back to our blind read-through of Flowers, Spring Edition. Last time we were together, I feel like maybe I came off a little bit too much of a negative Nancy on the whole Erica situation. Well, I still think that the game maybe wanted me to know way more than I feel I should have to be answering questions that lead to bad ends with regards to all of the literature and the flower name stuff. I feel like, and I hate making this comparison because everybody makes comparisons like that, but I sort of feel like this is a Persona 5 situation where when Haru gets introduced, she gets introduced in the middle of the Ryuji and Morgana situation, and on top of that, during that portion of the game, it's also literally like the worst dungeon in the game too. So I feel like all of that kind of compounds, and not only her introduction feeling kind of a bit protracted and maybe a little awkward, that part of the game also just being bad gameplay wise, I feel like that's sort of like in the long term affected her character for a lot of people. Despite the fact that I really liked her, I can acknowledge that the writers just did not handle that well. And I feel that Erica could suffer the same fate. Like, I think she's absolutely, I don't want it to be misinterpreted at all. Like, I think she's absolutely going to be one of the best characters. Like, I generally really love characters like her. I just think they really botched her introduction with it kind of just seemingly coming out of nowhere, as well as just the mechanics of what they wanted and expected me to know, and all of that stuff was just really kind of bad. But that's neither here nor there now. I think that maybe things are going to get better from this point forward, hopefully. So let's just go ahead. Let's get back to falling in love. Let's go back. Let's get back to making good friends and having tea together and doing ballet. When we last left off, we were. Do you care for some more? This is after Rika and Suoh had kind of been in bed together. Not to imply that anything dirty may have happened. Not that the lily over here is in full bloom at all. A restrained voice asks.
Arigato.
I hold my empty cup out to her. Sure, why not? My amitié partner, who has become much easier to talk to ever since that birthday party, nods and pours me some strongly fragrant tea. Then she spoons some strawberry jam into the teacup and stirs.
Yaegaki-sanの言うロシア式の方が良かったかしら。あれはあれで美味しかったですけどね。
Yaegaki showed me her method for making Russian tea 6 days ago. It seems she'd been pulling my leg after all. The correct way to make Russian tea is to stir the jam into the cup, not to lick the jam while drinking the tea, but... There you go. You ever licked jam off of a cracker before? Also, I gotta give the game credit. I don't know what route I'm on at all. I keep having these, really close and intimate moments with both Rika and Mayuri. And, I feel like if we were on a route in a visual novel, it would be hard focusing by this point. Maybe not, I don't know, but that lily it's blooming quite a bit over here. So, I'm just saying, I don't know. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I think that, maybe weaving that stuff in a way that's maybe a little less hyper focused it can be good. I think there's a good way to balance heroines in a story like this where you don't hyper focus and then the other character just gets memory hold for that for that route. Recalling how the two of us licked the jam as we drank the tea, I giggle. I take the cup she passes to me and have a sip. I feel that this Russian tea, with its sweet strawberry aroma, is better than usual. Oh, everything's so much better when you are doing it, and maybe it's naughty and you aren't supposed to be doing it. Just as I think this,
私も
Ringo, having joined the night tea party, gazes at us with sleepy eyes as she presents her cup.
あ、それなら私も
Oh, we're having dirty, dark, secret tea times away from everybody. Look at us. Ain't nobody naughtier than this dorm room right now.
いちご姉は共食いになるからよした方がいい
That's a real dumb joke.
それを言うならリンゴはアップルティー飲んでるじゃんか
That's a good point. You are literally drinking the blood of your namesake. Rika looks at the boisterous twins with a troubled expression, then prepares them some tea. In contrast, Mayuri interrupts them by shoving some homemade cookies into their mouths. Yeah, there you go.
夜こっそりお茶会してるなんてバレたらまずいだろ
Yeah, you can't have tea at night. God gets really angry if you have tea at night. That's right. After the birthday party, although Rika and the twins had made up, Rika was overly serious and unable to snap out of it easily. I proposed a night tea party with the Sasaki twins out of concern for her. Always a stickler for the rules, Rika rejected the idea at first. After I explained it all, though, she begrudgingly agreed. I think that Rika is like absolutely a stickler for the rules, but she seems reasonable. Like, I was kind of waiting for her to kind of be a bit of a hard ass in an annoying way that where maybe like I wouldn't like being around her much, but I like the fact that she seems to kind of be a little more lax and reasonable with rule stuff than I thought she would be. Obviously, I had to ask Mayuri since we would be using the room. She agreed with an easy why not, and this is how the third time we've held a night tea, and this is now the third time that we've held a night tea party. However,
どうぞリンゴさんにはリンゴジャムにしたわね
aw.
これで姉妹揃って共食い仲間よし双子は揃ってなくちゃね
Yep. Even if you're both cannibals, you get to be cute and twins while doing it. So it's just like your moe factor is like so off the scale right now. So it's okay if you both do it, Rika asks as she takes a sip of her tea. There's something motherly about the way she looks out for the twins.
これならもう心配ないみたいね
Yep, it's all smooth sailing from here. Rika was originally afraid it'd be awkward since she'd gotten angry about breaking the rules, but now that we're on our third tea party, I feel like they're even closer than before.
私も仲良くなれたよねスオさんも今度は他のジャムを試してみたらリンゴ以外にもアンズやブルーベリーも買ってあるわよ
Blueberries, a jam. Go for it. I didn't do that on purpose. I just always say things that I like are a jam. I promise you, I didn't do that on purpose. Not that it was funny or interesting in any way. It's just something to think about.
そうね今度試してみるわリッカさん
As we had talked about that night, we are now on a first name basis. It won't be long until we aren't just amitié partners, but real friends.
そういえば部の先輩に聞いたんだけど今度オリエンテーリングがあるんだって、ね、
Orienteering?
オリエンテーリングって
I cock my head at this word, which I have honestly never heard before. Ichigo blinks with surprise and makes exaggerated gestures, asking if I really don't know.
えだってほら小学生の時とかボーイスカウトの時とかにやったじゃない
I don't get the feeling that Suoh did much of anything but stay inside and read books and watch TV. And that's not me throwing stones, because when I was much younger, I lived out in the middle of the country where there was literally nothing to do, and I just stayed inside and played Nintendo, and it very much did not stunt me emotionally or intelligence-wise at all, I promise you.
あれもしかしてやってたのってうちの方だけ
I don't know, I feel like Mayuri would probably have been into that at some point. Yeah, you had it at your school, I thought so.
学習の一環でクイズを交えたお遊び的なものだったけどね。白羽さんのところではやってなかったんだ。
How could I know about this? I never really went to school.
でも意外ね。そういうのって子供の頃だけだと思っていたわ。ミッションスクールでもやるなんて。
Well, listen here, Rika. Just because you grow up and you grow older doesn't mean you grow out of childish things. You should see the things that I'm still into.
子供の頃にやった遊びじゃなくて本格的なやつだっていう話ですよ。
本格的って？
なんでもちゃんとした競技としてオリエンテーリングをやるんだって。
Oh, we're gonna have a competition arc?
確か地図とコンパスを持ってチェックポイントをたどりながらどれだけ早く走破できるか競うっていうスポーツみたいな感じらしいよ。
Alright, who's gonna get lost in the woods? With who? That's the
ちゃんと
question.
競技としてあるのね。
I've never done it, so I can't quite imagine how one would compete at it. If it were just competing for the best time, it sounds essentially the same as a marathon to me.
確かちゃんとした競技としてのオリエンテーリングはチェックポイントからゴールまでの地図読みやどう向かった方が効率的に行えるかのナビゲーション技術も必要なんだ。ただのレクリエーションじゃないんだよ。
I would be absolutely terrible at this. Like, my sense of direction is, like, literally the worst in the world. Like, I only recently found out that I'm dyslexic. Especially when it comes to, like, directions and following directions and plotting my way through things. And that always, I always wondered, like, why I got through, like, maps and video games and stuff slower than everybody else. Is because, like, my brain is dumb about it. Her explanation fills in the blanks for me. It isn't just a race. If we have to use a map to navigate checkpoints, then it's also a battle of wits.
なんだか面白そうですね。学院周りの森を使ったオリエンテーリングらしいけどね。全校生徒参加だけど、実はちょっと困ってるんだよね。
困ってるって？
オリエンテーリングなんだけど、3人1組の参加みたいなんだよ。私たちと組んでくれるノリのいいもう一人が見つからなくて。
I was gonna ask if it was just like, I don't know, I feel like all the first years, if you're all stuck with amitié partners, why not just, you know, you've already spent this long getting used to one another, why not just go with your amitié partners?
2人の調子に合わせるのは難しいだろうけど、頼みっていうのは
Yeah, it'd be hard to find out who'd want to mess around with you weirdos.
だから最近仲良くなった人に頼みたいんだ。なので。
Not hinting at anything or anything. At the word recently, Rika braces herself.
スオちゃんに一緒に回ってもらえないかと思ったのです。
Huh? Me? I unthinkingly raised my voice. I'm touched and happy they're asking me, but
3人1組って言っていたし。
I mean, I'm absolutely down. I feel like absolutely, let's hang out with the twins. I think they're awesome. Other than the fact that I kind of called them shit kids earlier when I thought that they were being mean to Suoh or Rika. Surely it would make the most sense to be in a group with my amitié partners. But I kind of do want to spend more time with the twins. I think that I want to find out more about them if I can. And they seem like to really want to do it. Hell with it. Let's do it. Ichigo leans in towards me earnestly, while Ringo looks up at me with large, teary
わ
eyes.
かりました。一緒に行動しましょう。
Alright, we're gonna have a forest adventure with the cool shit kid twins! Let's go!
本当に降りえてくれるの？
Y'all are experienced and Suo's never done this. I think that this is actually the smartest play for her right now, is to actually stick with the people who have done this. I'll let y'all do the heavy lifting this time around. Of course, I'm betting I've probably pissed off my amitié partners. Pretty sure, like, Rika having, you know, with us, with her and Suoh having just become friends, not wanting to do the thing with her, and Mayuri, like who we've done some ballet stuff with, but I'm still not feeling like we're kind of like having a moment yet. Like I kind of feel like we're not kind of there yet. She has a strange way of shortening the word, and I feel slightly pressured, but I nod and say yes.
ちょっと待って。さっきも話していたけど、3人1組でしょ？なら、アミティエ同士で組んだ方がいいわ。私もスオーさんと。
Aww. There you go. This has got to feel good. Well, no, this would absolutely not feel good for Suoh, I don't think, now that I think about it. Because, well... Now you are the prime cut of meat. Everybody wants a piece, and you're not going to be able to decide, but you're going to be afraid to let anybody down, and you are going to spiral into a neurotic hell. I ask, but her cheeks flush, and she averts her gaze. I still feel like this is a real kind of scheming... You are a scheming woman face. Seeing them nod at each other, Mayuri grins wryly.
そこまでにしとこうか。リッカもさっき言ったけど、3人1組だろ?
Can't tell if she's like disappointed or not.
だったら、1年生はみんなアミティエ同士で出るんじゃないか。省かれたら2人のアミティエがかわいそうだろ?
That is a good point.
そうよ、そうだわ。
That is a good point.
冗談だよ。初めからアミティエ同士で組もうと思ってる。
Oh, okay. Was it just a test? Did you just make me get mad? Like, did you just make me get into a situation where my amitié partners are just gonna be mad at me now because I did want to like go have a fun forest adventure with the twins because I thought that they would be cool, fun, and interesting? Look, I'm sorry. I thought that maybe they would have a little character growth and that like... See, this is why I think the mystery thing and them stealing the books and maybe being little shitheads would have worked, because we could have like, yeah, they did it, but then like we go on the... Why am I trying to rewrite the story into it being what I want it to be, though? That's not what I should be doing, obviously. I'm just saying, though. That's how I would have approached it.
でも、スオちゃんとの友情を図りたくなった乙女心を分かってほしいな。
Yeah, only pure intentions.
私たちを優先して嬉しかった。
The Sasaki twins say with a mischievous smile.
そういえば、さっき部の先輩がって言っていたけど、2人は部に入っているの？
あれ、話してなかったっけ？りっちゃんさんには話していたと思う。
え、私も聞いてないと思う。忘れていたならごめんね。
大丈夫。冗談だもの。
え？もう。
Seeing the two of them joking around makes me realize how close they've become. I feel happy for them, but also a little left out.
それで、いちごさんとりんごさんは何部に入っているの？
確か学院の部って3つしかなかった気がする。
学院公認の正式な部は合唱部と文芸部、それと天文部ね。
Yeah.
ど
Yeah.
れも2人からはイメージしづらいけど。
Literary arts and astronomy. Choir, literary arts and astronomy.
ひどいな。2人とも天文少
You're
女なの。
astronomers! Okay.
星の光を求めて望遠鏡を覗いているんだ。
That makes sense.
素敵ですね。
いや、この流れは冗談だよ。
Aw.
実際
もう通用しないか。私たちはね、なんと2人とも料理部に入っているんだ。
料理部って学院には3つの部だけって今さっき言ってたじゃないか。
これは冗談じゃないんだけど。
もしかして入部しているっていうのも嘘だったり？
信用してくれないよ。これが狼
The boy who cried wolf. Seeing them half in tears, I quickly intervene and tell my amitié partner something I had heard earlier.
いちごさんたちが言っていることは本当なの？
Yeah, like there's like other things you can do.
学生からどうしてもって申請があって、料理部、手芸部、美術部は
Yeah, like you couldn't just like those would just be like the most boring the most boring selection of clubs ever if you didn't have other shit. Like cooking, crafting, and art clubs are definitely what I would have in a place like this for sure.
そうなの？
図書委員で美術部に所属している先輩から部の用事で何度か曜日を変わったりしているから。
なるほど。白羽さんが言うなら間違いないな。
でも佐々木さんたちが料理部に入っているなんて意外だわ。
Now that is a true statement. That is definitely not something I would have expected of these two.
そう？お料理のできる女の子って可愛くない？
I mean, I think a girl that can cook is cute. I don't know. You two don't strike me as having the most, maybe having the most excellent record with things that may require finesse. I don't know. Just seem like maybe you don't take things too seriously, and I think that's fine. But I would not have pegged them for cooking club.
そうかもしれないけど、女子校で可愛さを誰にアピールするんだよ。
Yeah, Mayuri, who are they trying to appeal to, I wonder? Who might they be trying to appeal to? The teachers? Everyone is clearly thinking of Sister Basquiat, who seems unable to resist cute things.
まあ本当は部で作った料理を食べられるのが一番なんだけどね。
A very good reason to join a cooking club.
そんなことだろうとは思っていたわ。
We all have a laugh. Then sleepy-eyed Ringo sitting next to me takes my hand.
それでスオちゃんは何部に入っているの？
何部って。
With her drowsy gaze fixed on me, I'm unsure what to
も
say.
しかして冗談を返すのを期待されているのかしら。
I mean, the literary club, sure. I look at her eyes and make up my mind.
その文芸部に。
I mean, if anything would suit her, it would absolutely be like a literary arts club.
文芸部すっごく似合うね。確かにもともと図書委員だから当たり前か。
嘘でしょとか言ってくれないの？
They didn't tell me to knock it off?
そんな私たちアミティにも相談してくれないなんて。
いや仕方ないよ。私たちだって個人的なことを
Yeah, you gotta kind of have some things for yourself. Like, be friends with people, but I don't know that everybody that I am friends with needs to know literally every aspect in detail of my life.
わかるわ。わかるけど。
I quickly flap my hand to tell Rika, who's looking at me like a sad, rain-drenched puppy, that it's not true.
冗談よ。文芸部に入ったというのは嘘。佐々木さんたちがやっていたから。
Come on, let her have
いい
this!
のかなって思って。そうなの？ならスオーさんは私へ黙って部活に入っていないのね。
She puts a hand to her chest and breathes a thank goodness, and I wonder why she's so relieved about it. Yeah, it's a little weird.
白羽さんでも冗談を言うのか。ちょっとびっくりしたな。まあ私たちは忙しいし部活に入るなんて余裕ないしね。
はあ、本当に入ってないんだ。ちょっとそれってまずいよ。
なんでよ。
クラスで何かしらの委員をしている人は忙しくて入ってない子もいるけど、委員にも部にも入ってない子なんていないよ。
私は学級委員だし。
I'm on the library council.
なんだよ。そんなかわいそうな目で私を見るな。
このままだとゆりちゃんはニートに。
Oh no! Harry's gonna be a neat.
ならんわ。でも 委員でない子は全員入ってるって冗談だろ？
Oh no, is she the odd one out? Are you the
ないも
odd
ない
duck?
冗談は言うけど、こんなことで嘘は言わないよ。ユリはクラスに友達が多いからまだいいけどさ、趣味から友達を作ろうって考えるのは割と普通でしょ。みんなさっき挙げた6部活、もしくは個人でやってるサークルに所属してるよ。
そうだったのか。いつの間にか取り残されているなんて。
Mayuri seems a bit shocked.
友達を作るのが目的ならもういいんじゃ。
Mayuri gets along with everyone in class, so I don't think she needs to worry about that. The one who ought to join a club and make friends is me.
ねえ、よかったら明日の放課後3人で部活動を見学しに行ってみない？
Let's shop ourselves to the best one. Let's go.
でもリッカさんは学級委員長をしているし、別に見学しに行ったら絶対に入らなくちゃいけないってものでもないわ。それにせっかく入学したのだもの、何か部活をやってみたいって気持ちもあるし。そうですね、いいかも。
ほう、アミティアが私を気遣ってくれた。
Because we care.
そうね、感謝しなさい。
Grovel! Grovel! Excited by the playful exchange between the two of them, the twins lean in eagerly.
それじゃあ明日うちの料理部にも来てよ。面白い先輩も紹介するからさ。
いちごさんが面白いっていう先輩か。
私としてもお墨付き。
Then they've got to be quality. You ever get the Sasaki-sen's seal of quality? That's worth more than the Nintendo seal of quality these days, I'll tell you that much. I feel a bit nervous when Ringo gives a thumbs up. Something about an upperclassman I never met before is terrifying. Club activities. The old me never could have done this. This is progress.
どんな出会いがあるのだろう。
There you go. Stay positive. Loving this progress. Unable to stop the smile from spreading across my face, I look down and stuff a spoonful of leftover apple jam from the Russian tea into my mouth. All right. So we're going to go club shopping. Let's go. The next day, after class, the three of us, as promised, arrive at the floor with the club rooms and step inside. We chat about what we see while making our way through the building for the first time, and at last we arrive at a door whose placard reads Cooking Research Association. I just figured it was a chatty, laid-back club where enjoying yourself was more important than cooking. But...
これはなんというか。
思っていたよりもちゃんとした料理部だね。
Yeah, especially for the two that we know are in it. Kind of didn't figure that they would join any club that had any kind of seriousness to it. With aprons over their uniforms and serious expressions on their faces, the students are all working diligently. There are 7 members in total. One is skillfully using a knife to cut vegetables, while another rhythmically stir-fries something. A spicy scent wafts through the air and tempts our group, who have all grown hungry after class.
来てくれたんだ。
Ichigo whips off her apron and, after trotting over, takes Mayuri's hand.
やっぱり切羽詰まってる人は違うね。
Man, people do a lot of hand grabbing in this game. Way more hand grabbing than I think I've ever experienced in a school setting. Not that I'm against holding hands at all. It's one of my favorite things, but I'm just like the amount of times I have seen I have seen Suoh have her hand grabbed, or everybody just grabbing everybody by the hand. It's just a lot more physical contact, I guess, than I would expect. But then again, you know, we're doing the Yuri thing, so it's like hey, established a lot of warmth. It's okay. You can just hold hands with people. It's fine.
そのネタまだ引っ張るつもり？
リンゴさん、
Ringo also strolls our way as she rolls up her apron.
リンゴ、先輩に許可取ってきて。了解。
She gives a thumbs up and goes to speak with a short-haired student. I imagine she must be the one in charge. With a walk still in her hand, the upperclassman smiles at us after hearing Ringo's request.
見学させていただきます。
I say, and all three of us bow our heads.
面白い先輩ってあの人？
違う。桜木先輩はこの部の両親。
Sakuragi senpai. Gonna keep an eye out for that name. Okay.
紹介したいっていう先輩は
Oh, she's not here.
掛け持ちでやっているからそっちと被ると
I wanted to
慣れないん
meet
だよ。
funny senpai. You always meet the funny senpai. Like that's always a good idea.
そうなの。
Hearing that the upperclassman with the Sasaki's seal of approval is not here, I think, well, why are we here? Let's throw everybody else in this room into the dumpster. It's as though I missed a chance to see a rare beast.
でもすごく本格的なのね。部活だと言っていたから、もっと軽い感じだと思っていたわ。
実は私的にも
は
そう思ってたんだよね。
Got a little more than you bargained for, but well, might as well stay here since we get to eat food.
おばあちゃんが料理教室をやっててお友達とのお話がメインだったからここもそうなのかってさ。美味しいお菓子を食べ放題だと思っていた。
It's always an ulterior motive.
本格的な調理法が学べそうね。
今月は中華月間。お菓子作りはまだまだ先なのですよ。
Rip.
そうなの。お菓子作りもするなら、まゆりさんも入部してみたら？
That's a good point.
お菓子作りだけならレシピを増やすために入ってもいいけど。
She looks at the upperclassman cooking away.
料理はここで言うことじゃないかもだけど、あまり興味がなくて。
そうなの？お菓子作りとそう手順は変わらないよね。
お菓子作りは作ったものを自分で食べるからいいけど、和食洋食は自分一人のために作るのはなんというか。
But think of romantic dinners. You're missing out. You're missing out. You can make a nice, big, fat romantic dinner for someone.
お菓子も自分で食べるって言ってるの？
Mayuri scratches her head, unable to convey her meaning. Seeing her struggling to express herself,
私、なんとなくわかるわ。
Suoh in with the save. Look at you, girl. You're making moves. Some, like, getting a little confidence here. I like that.
どういうことかね、スオちゃん。
私は祖父と二人きりだったから、料理は私が作っていたんだけど。
Yeah, that's a... Yeah. As somebody who lives by myself, you know, like, most of the time, it's just like, I don't really want to go out of my way to make anything spectacular. But, like, if I get the chance to, like, cook for other people, I'm absolutely down to do it. Like, I don't mind, and I often enjoy it. But if it's just, like, here, make something for you, I don't know, there is, like, a 70% chance that I'm just gonna probably throw whatever slop in my mouth that night. That's not to say that I don't make very, very nice dinners for myself sometimes, because I do at least once or twice a week make myself something, but I think when you're by yourself, I mean, maybe there is something to that adage about, like, cooking for other people is you know, more fulfilling than, you know, just making stuff for yourself. I don't know. Tangent!
簡単なもので済ませてしまうことか。
Yeah.
ああ、そうその感覚に近いかもしれない。
Like, I'm, like, once I finish this recording, since it's, like, a little past lunchtime, I'm just gonna go probably make some udon. Just a very simple udon dish. Nothing crazy. Finish off the rest of the udon noodles that I have hanging around. Mayuri takes my hand and nods, and I look down to hide my blushing.
確かに誰かに振る舞おうと思えば頑張って凝った料理も作るものね。
まだ見ぬ旦那様のための練習じゃないかな。
The remark is so unlike Ichigo, and we react with rather unfeminine astonishment. The other club members seem somewhat embarrassed too.
花嫁修行の一環としてね。それならわかるわ。
Rika is watching the upperclassmen cook as though she gets it now. I look at Mayuri, who seems to have a hint of loneliness in her eyes as she stares down at her hands.
で、どう？入部してみる？
そうね。
今なら入会金無料だよ。
それは魅力的だけど、見に来た部活動はここが初めなの。だから他の部も回ってみて決め
Yeah,
てみるわ。
never settle on the first option. Having gently turned the twins down, she turns her attention towards us.
長々いるのもご迷惑だし、それじゃあおい。
After leaving the cooking club,
料理部も驚いたけど、
手芸部もかなり真剣に活動しているのね。驚いたわ。
we don't know anybody. We don't know anybody worth talking to in the crafts club, so nah, not worth doing a scene for that. I look at Mayuri, who seems to have a hint of loneliness in her eyes as she stares down at her hand. It keeps happening.
手芸部ってマフラーだとかテーブルクロスとかを作るだけかと思っていたけど。
人形まででしょ。まさか個人がぬいぐるみを編み物で作れるなんてびっくりしたよ。
I was also genuinely surprised to see them using hooked crocheting needles to make teddy bears. Rika? Out of concern, I call out to Rika, who's folding her arms and knitting her brows.
やっぱり
It's a good idea for your crafting club. You're gonna knit any. I mean, you can at least go in and just say, "Hey, got a strong brow knitting game."
無理って？もともと手芸には興味があったんだけど、あんなに複雑なものだと思っていなくて。
Oh, come on. You strike me as the kind of girl that you put your mind to it. You could probably pull it off. You could get into crafts. I believe in you, Rika.
マフラーやセーターくらいなら編めるかと思ったんだけど。
大転入部でやらせてもらった時、編み棒をセーターに突き刺してたものね。
That feels like a pretty hard, like, upfront entry, entry test. Hey, make a damn sweater. Rika was clumsy with needles, much to my surprise, and despite her best efforts, there was no way she'd be able to make something as complex as lace. She couldn't even spool knit, the goddamned idiot, which is something even children can do. She just tangled the yarn into balls.
憧れと現実は違うのね。私、向いてないんだわ。
Rika slumps her shoulders and I say, maybe this isn't for you. Let's go see the other club. I want to just go see another club.
まあ、人それぞれだし、他の部活を見学しに行きましょう。
Rika stares into my eyes as she takes in these words.
スオーさんにも。
Oh,
ダメなんて
no, I'm just trying to save you from your own spiral of bad thoughts.
そんなこと。
I hold my face in my hands and cringe.
白羽さんは気を使ってくれたんじゃないか。趣味と仕事は分けた方がいいと思う。
Yeah, there you go. Keep your work and hobbies separate. Do not mix those.
まゆりさんもダメだって。
Girl, calm down. Calm down. You said that, hey, look, I believe in your ability to do it. You might just not be able to do it up front. Maybe you need a little time. Maybe the crafting club shouldn't have a harsh-ass entrance trial, such as, I don't know, here, knit a damn sweater. I don't know, maybe a scarf? Maybe a real simple scarf would be a good first idea?
いやそれはまあ
Maybe knitting a sweater is just stupidly easy and I'm just an idiot, but I think that, like, as somebody who has taken home economics class and our final was to make something, and I just made like gloves. Not even like, I made mittens, not gloves. I made fucking mittens. And that was really hard. We also used sewing machines and we weren't knitting. So I don't know. Maybe knitting a sweater is something that's stupidly easy to do and I'm just an idiot, but I don't know. I feel like Rika's being a little hard on herself right now. Maybe she's remembered the tangled balls of yarn everywhere as Mayuri is at a rare loss for words at Rika's remark and tries to cover it up with a vague smile.
でもとりあえずは様子見でいいんじゃない？結構お金かかるみたいだったし。
確かに。
She's right about that. I nod. I didn't ask at the cooking club, but I suppose a monthly fee would be quite costly. Although this academy has many wealthy students, there's an allowance on how much money can be sent from home, so we have to be careful with what we spend it on.
そうね。お茶会で振る舞う茶葉のこともあるし。
I feel like we should all be chipping in for this. If we're all gonna be like if we're gonna be having regular tea parties at night, I feel like everybody that wants to be a part of it should be chipping in for the tea.
お菓子は私が作っていったり、みんなから徴収して買ったりしてるけど、紅茶は委員長の善意だもんな。
Yeah, let's take some of that off of Rika. I feel it's a little unfair to make her pay for everything. Like, and it's the same with Mayuri as well. I think that like we should all pitch in and help like with her, you know, making sweets to bring or buying sweets for that matter.
立夏じゃないけど、他のもいろいろ見て決めればいい。私としては次は美術部を
Let's look at Ort.
そうね。他の部も見に行きましょうか。
Rika smiles at last, and Mayuri takes her by the hand and heads to the next room. We're at the art club longer than the craft club.
どうだった？
Rika asks Mayuri, who had been listening intently at the club, as she twirls her hair.
入部してみようかなとは思う。
She answers evasively.
何か引っかかることがあったの？活動内容があんまりだったとか？
先輩がどうだとか、油絵だけがやりたいから石膏はしたくないとか、そういう理由じゃなくて。
She holds back and we lean in towards her.
やっぱりお金がきついな。
Oh. Yeah, it's like you've probably got it like paints and stuff and like all that stuff. I can see that being a pretty expensive upkeep on a monthly basis. Her shoulders slump.
まあ、自分用のイーゼルだとか。
Yeah, easel, brushes, paint, plaster. Yeah, that's gonna add up real quick.
入り用だものね。
And I don't really exactly know Mayuri's situation financially. We don't know a lot about the old family situation. I get the feeling that Rika's family's pretty well-to-do. We know that we came from a pretty decently well-to-do place from the sounds of it. Not sure about Mayuri's situation so much.
他に使うところがなければ美術部もいいんだけど。
Yeah, baking and the ingredients cost money too, so... Oof, this is rough. I watch as Mayuri puts her chin in her hand and gazes out the window in a manly fashion. Money. I need it, but it's not important to me. I recall a line from the movie I saw a long time ago, Night on Earth. Mayuri needed a lot of money right now. That's my own reference. Although I guess I thought of it in the exact opposite meaning.
何か言った？スオさん。
もしかして妙案が？
Do you have a bright idea? Feeling the pressure of Mayuri's sharp gaze, I hurriedly changed the subject.
そういえば体験入部の説明の中でラフモデルをやっていると聞いて驚いたわ。
Yeah, it's a little shocking. I didn't think that that's something that they'd want anywhere near a missionary school.
あれって専門の学校でなくてもやっているんですね。
Yeah, like that's not something I thought would be going on in the equivalent of what I think is high school. I say this out loud. I say this out of desperation, but for some reason, the two look somewhat impressed.
白羽さんからその話題を振ってくるとは思わなかったな。
言うなら絶対。
Yeah, definitely thought it would be Mayuri. I only brought it up because it had left such a strong impression. Only now do I realize that it seems like I mentioned it because I'm interested. My entire face and neck turn red. There is nothing at all that could not make this poor girl fluster. Like, even the very thought of thinking about maybe sketching a nude model, and this girl is ready to just completely explode like a tomato being in the fist of a bodybuilder.
白羽さんの言うようにヌードデッサンまでやってるっていうのは驚きだったな。でもここって人里離れてるし、モデルの人を呼ぶの大変じゃないのかな。
Surely they're not gonna make other students model. I don't know, is Sister Basquiat gonna get up there?
週に一度だって話してたけど、そう考えるとおかしいわね。
Wow, you got like, this place has got nude models coming in once a week?
もしかして。
Wow, that is a degree of openness I had not expected.
生徒がヌードデッサンのモデルに？
No way. Mayuri asks, astonished, and I immediately think back to the scenes at the dormitory baths.
集中できるわけないじゃない。
How would anybody be able to concentrate? You got boobies and butts out all the time. How do you people do this? How do you people deal with it? And why does it make me feel weird and funny thinking about it? Oh, Suoh. Suoh, you disaster lesbian, you.
でも学院の立地を考えたらあり得る話なのか。
We are all interested now. Yeah, like y'all do. Maybe we can sacrifice these tea parties for some easels, paints, and plaster. Mayuri gazes out the window as her decision of whether to join grows more and more complicated. Then, with a smile like Yaigaki, she turns and questions me.
私が入部したら。
Oh, damn! Oh, hey, I'll do it if you do. I'll make that sacrifice if you do. Alright, dare, bet. My amitié partner has invited me. There you go. I'll do it if you do it. I answer. Uh-oh. Am I being weird? Am I being weird?
正気なの、スオさん。今の質問の意図は、まゆりさんもそうだけど。
She's asking if we want to be nude models. If you'll be a nude model, so everyone can draw you. Everybody, look, Suoh, everybody thinks that you are this picturesque, tall beauty. Like you are going to be at the top of the list. Like week damn one, you are there. Like they're gonna be like, shed it, girl. Yeah, look at Mayuri making her moves. Let's go. She's like, I'm taking all the money out of this wallet right now, slapping it on the desk, and I'm saying, fuck these tea parties, fuck these sweets. Let's get to the titties.
あなたね。
お風呂場でも恥ずかしがって一緒に入ってくれないだろ。でも 美術のためなら一肌
Oh, she's really digging in now. This girl is seriously about to like completely collapse into she's about to just have a bochi moment.
リッカもどう？入部する価値あるんじゃないの？
It's like, hey, you look good too, girl. Get in here.
私は
I wave my arms and say, no way to Rika, who is giving me an impassioned look.
よく考えないで答えてしまってみんなの前で裸になるなんて
Girl, you have had literally every girl you have met so far tell you in great detail how beautiful you are and how much they love that you were a tall vixen of a woman. They want this. They want this badly. To get naked in front of Mayuri, who, with her enviously beautiful pale skin, would be a psychological torture. I'd never be able to look at myself in a mirror again.
白羽さんが貧相ならクラスのみんなそうになるよ。佐々木さんとか幼児になっちゃう。
Oof! Oof! Just a casual dumpstering of the Fruit Sisters. You kind of love to see it. I think they'd probably agree, though.
スオさんのスタイルと比べるのはさすがに酷よ。私だって水着とか体の線がわかる格好でなら隣に立ちたく
She's
ない
gonna be
わ。
running. This girl, look at her. A ticking time bomb over here. She is literally about to just explode.
あ、違うの。嫌いだとかの意味じゃなくて。
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
もう、まゆりさんが言い出したことなんだから収集つけなさいよ。
Mayuri smiles at the annoyed Rika, the way Yaegaki does.
そうだね。これぐらいにしておくか。それじゃあ次は文芸部でも行ってみようか。白羽さんが好きそうだしね。
Rip. Oh, and here we thought we were going to do it. We all backed out like the cowards we are. It seems like she's put an end to the discussion over whether we'll join the art club or not. I put my hand to my chest and help calm my palpitations and nod. Yeah, Mayuri literally was almost on the hook for murder for what she just did. Just an absolute monster. I love Mayuri. We take a look at the Literary Arts Club and the Astronomy Club, two of the official clubs at the Academy. Then, as we're on our way to the final official club, the choir, I have a terrible premonition. I'm about to oh no. Okay, we know, of course, a choir would have it. I hadn't realized it until now, but a place where people sang would surely have one. A piano? We saw a piano in the opening, so I'm guessing that this girl gonna have some piano-related trauma. It's all coming back to 2236 AD. People with piano trauma. And we'll also tie that into Your Lie in April. If you haven't watched Your Lie in April, by the way, amazing piece of work. Really, really loved it. I'm due a rewatch. I should be okay just seeing it.
あまり気にしないでいいよ
You can do it, girl. Come on. We'll get you through this. You're making progress. Like, it's only a matter of time that, like, when you start making vast amounts of personal progress, that you also are going to have to start looking at the things that trouble you, your emotional hang-ups, your traumas. Let's do it. You got your amitié there with you. You got two strong girls there willing to help you get through this. I strain every nerve not to have my amitié partners notice.
いやーいや今日は
Hello, who are you, ma'am?
こんな美人と出会えたのだから
An upperclassman appears suddenly and slings her arms around her shoulders, flattering us with an easy masculine tone. It It's such bizarre behavior that I am at a loss for words, and my previous worry dissipates into this new one. Rika starts, but then the girl spreads her arms wide and bows like a magician to greet us.
僕の名前は八代ゆずりは。二階屋の会の会長をしている。まあ、生徒会のようなものだね。
Yuzuriha Yatsuhiro. That is a good name. Yuzuriha Yatsuhiro. Yuzuriha Yatsuhiro. You are president of the Council of Nikaya, which is like the student council.
入学式の時挨拶したから見覚えがあるんじゃないかな。あ、それと当然合唱部の部員の一人だよ。
Oh, I bet she's got a strong voice. I bet she's got a beautiful singing voice. Lord. Yeah, she got some good baritone tones in there. I bet she's got a nice husky kind of voice. She could husk it up if she had to. Her skin is porcelain white and her eyes are steel blue. She runs a finger through her silvery, almost white hair, which I can tell is soft and silky. She wears her silvery hair in a ponytail that runs down her back, tied up with a big scrunchie.
こんな綺麗な人は初めて見たわ。
The clear lines of her body are womanly, but her cool gaze and manner of speaking. Unlike her looks, her behavior is androgynous, and her unexpected contrast makes my heart thump. I can't help but be captivated by her still.
さあ、それでは見学者の名前を聞こうじゃないか。
Hey, glasses,
そこのメ
name,
ガネちゃんからだ。
or just call her glasses. Just call her
私
Megane.
は
As I watch them exchange names, I'm dumbfounded at my first encounter with what is sometimes called a wasted beauty. She's visually captivating, and I wonder if she's mixed race. But her words and actions, maybe it's just because it's the first time I'm meeting her. But her personality leaves something to be desired.
私は高坂真由里です。3人はアミティエで。
高坂。ほう、高架さそうかぶとを連想する良い名字だ。夏になったらまた遊びに来たまえ。
はあ。
それで黒髪美人の君はなんというお名前かな。
Suoh? That's my name. Suoh? Just Suoh?
白羽スオです。スオ。どこかで聞いたことがあったような。
We exchange glances as she scratches her silver eyebrows with a slim finger, as though something were troubling her.
どうしよう。どうしたらいいの？
初めて会う人種だ。一度出直した方がいい。
This girl has flummoxed all of them equally, and I think she is incredible. This girl's made an impression. Like, yeah, we probably need to get out of here. It is weirdo o'clock. We need to be somewhere.
ああ、すまない。つい考えに没頭してしまった。それで3人は合唱部の見学者ということでいいのだね。はい。そうか。残念ながら合唱部の部長はまだ来ていないが、まあ僕が許可を出そう。それで構わないね、君たち。
That troublemaker wink. I love her already. She calls to the choir members behind her. Everyone answers yes in beautiful harmony. Personally, I get the feeling they're smirking.
それで、お三方は経験者なのかい？見学に来たということは。
いえ、そういうわけではなくて、ただ3人とも部に未加入なので、
Just
い
shopping
ろいろと
around.
見て回っていて。
なるほど。それでは不詳この僕が部の紹介をするとしよう。
先輩が
ゆずりはと呼んでくれ。
八代先輩が説明をなさるのですか？
Nailed it.
最近の子はシャイなんだな。普段この僕が部の活動説明などをすることはない。ラッキーだったね、君たち。
We can only give vague smiles. Yatsuhiro pushes aside her silver bangs.
それでは始めよう。
She said. And then we sang, and it was beautiful, right? Are we good singers?
とまあ、大体がこんなところだが、質問はあるかい？
いえ、
大丈夫です。
I take a sidelong glance as the two of them respond, still clearly overwhelmed. I can't hide my surprise either. I hadn't expected...
まさか真面目に案内
I didn't think she'd really take it seriously. Given what we'd seen of her already, even though she'd said she would give us a tour, we'd expected it to get derailed, and so we'd been caught completely off guard. Yatsuhiro's tour had been witty, easy to understand, and covered all the important points. I have a tendency to lose my concentration when hearing about something that doesn't interest me, but her explanation never bored me and left me feeling surprised and impressed.
会の会の会長だからね。ただの変な人なんじゃないか。
I shake my head again, thinking how rude of a thought that was.
何か質問があるかい？
She strikes me as the kind of girl that if you called her a weirdo, she'd just kind of give you an oh ho ho laugh and be like, yep.
いえ、
I seek backup from my amitié partners, but they avert their gazes.
話されていなかったですけど、部費はたくさんかかるのでしょうか？機材が多いようですけど。
I just go on and ask, since the cost has been the main factor stopping us from joining the clubs up until now. For some reason, what I say seems to strike a chord with Yatsuhiro. She leans in so close that she could kiss me and stares at me intently.
なんでしょうか？いや、今まで部費がどうのと聞かれたのは初めてだったからね。そういう角度の質問もあるのかと思って。お？なるほど。この学院に通っているからと省いていたが、もう。
She nods, continuing to stare at me. Every time she bats her long, silvery lashes, I expect to hear the flutter of a butterfly's wings. My heart also flutters as I gaze at her pure, statuesque beauty. Woo! She is so down bad already! Not that that's anything remarkable for Suoh at this point, who is literally just down bad for everyone. She is such a good disaster lesbian. It's great.
初めにスオーと。適当でなく、きちんとフルネームで知りたくなってね。さあ、このメモ帳へ名前を書いてくれたまえ。
Are you gonna trick her? Are you gonna trick her into signing up? She's still staring at me as I take the pen and write my name. And then her eyes widen and she clasps an arm around my shoulders. Huh?
スオー。スオー。
Of course, Soppenwood. That's what I was gonna say too.
ああ、そうだ。
Yeah, the Judas tree. Just everybody knows that.
ユナツリーの君だ
Wow.
ったね。
Yeah, just everybody knows that.
なぜ私のことを？どうしてだと思う？
She raises a finger to her lips with a devilish smile. Yeah, I'm... Yaigaki? I mean... Are you friends with Yaigaki? What if, I think... If she said Judas tree... Yatsuhiro, knowing the name, means she heard it from someone who was there. I look back at her as she stares at me and say the name of the classmate who resembles her.
もしかして八重垣エリカさんから聞いたのですか？八重垣。ああ、 謎解きの問題を提示した子だね。彼女も
Okay, so it was the twins that told
友
me.
人になりたいところだが、残念ながら彼女じゃない。
Also, the flower thingy was yellow this time. Every time I've answered a question, most of the time it's green. This time it was yellow. So I think that's like route indicator stuff. Like I think I made, because like I've noticed that most of them were green, but I just thought that they were green because the UI is green. But this time it was yellow. I'm not sure how many other times it's been yellow, but the green kind of just like, I think that that means I am on one route. I don't know what it means. Like, again, I won't know this stuff until the game ends, and then I go look up the guide to see, like, okay, what am I doing? As I'm about to ask her who did, then she removes her arm around my shoulders.
佐々木いちご、佐々木りんご姉妹からさ。料理部で誕生日会でのことを
They told me all about the amazing puzzle that you solved.
話を聞いて、スオ君とは一度話してみたいと思っていたのさ。
How did you figure it out? I've got to figure it out. I got to talk to this girl because she has a mind that is just ridiculous.
イチゴたちが言っていた先輩っていうのは
僕のことだよ。合唱部と料理部、どちらも兼任していてね。まあ、こちらの方が主にやっているけどね。
そうだったんですか。
ああ、そうそう。それでユダ君の質問だったね。
Oh, great! We're Judas-kun now from now on.
そう知りたいんだっけ？
Yes! Yes, she does. She does. She's gonna stand here and tell you no, but internally she is going to be exploding like the 4th of July.
違います。部費の話を。
上から。ああ、そうだ。部費か。金銭面での心配はないよ。うちは正規の部費。
Yeah, being an official club, they get a bit of an allowance, so they get a
その
budget.
手当からはみ出してしまった場合だけ皆で割って払うことになっているけど、僕
部費がかからない。
Ah, finally, the free option. Rika mutters, twirling her braids. For Rika, who pays for the tea parties herself, this is probably a serious topic.
正式な部、文芸部、天文部もそうなのですか？
当然文芸部は製本代くらいだし、天文部はかかる費用が高すぎて逆に生徒から徴収はしないよ。うちに入る気になったか？
私は
ならメガネちゃんは？
All right, we're just gonna call her Megane-chan. I'm glad. I'm glad.
勝手にらしい顔と言われても。でも、そうですね。
She looks around the chorus, fixating particularly on the brass instruments.
少し考えたいです。
She answers. Yatsuhiro says, okay, then claps her hands together and turns her gaze to the door.
それでは俳優は部長にしてもらうことにしよう。悔しいが人当たりは僕より
You seem actually really incredible with people. Like, I feel like if you're going to be making, you know, like if you're going to be recruiting, you are the girl that I would put up front because so far you are an absolute delight. You are a people person, at least until I find out you have a horrible, tragic backstory at some point, I'm sure. As usual, she cocks her head at words she does not understand. Yatsuhiro goes to the door and waves her hands before it like a magician. The sound of a heavy door opening.
また悪ふざけをしているの？
Oh, whoa, we got another one? A girl as pretty as a fairy appears. This girl, she either has no female object permanence and completely rediscovers the female form every time she meets a new girl, or she's just literally like the first time she's ever been around girls in a situation where it's just like, it's nothing but girls, and she can't hold it in. Like it hits spring and she didn't like gradually blossom, it's just, you are magical lesbian, go, be a disaster, tornado of a girl. gold and silver, all I can do is stare at the two of them talking, feeling as though I'm unfit to even be in their presence. This is where, okay, there's a devil and an angel. I think we get it now. Like, also, like the poem at the start of the chapter, like what all that was about. I hear her speak my name in a cool voice, and the color finally returns to my world. Nerine, Komikado. Her golden hair shines under the rays of the setting sun as though it were actually made of gold. It dyes her pale skin in a rose sheen in that only serves to accentuate its whiteness. Her golden hair swaying around her hips and her pale eyes and eyelashes give the illusion she has been dipped in gold. When she smiles, it looks just like something out of a fresco painting. Komikado introduces herself to me and then exchanges greetings in a slow but proper way with Rika and Mayuri. I mean, I guess that is kind of a point we had kind of suspected. We had kind of suspected the other girl was probably maybe mixed race as well. All I can do is nod slightly at her joke. Mayuri and Rika are beautiful too, but with her doll-like face, her luxurious golden hair, and her celadon eyes, the only way I can describe her is unique. She seems almost too perfect to be human. Judith, that's just you now. Judith Goon. Okay, I like it. I like it. I can tell from their pronunciation that she is misunderstood. I shake my head silently. I'm glad everybody is just very impressed with her big braining that shit. Cause I'm still just like, well, okay, sure. Get her, Yuzuri, huh? I'm not worried. I think she's a delight. I'm not so sure about the follow-up either, but when I see Komikado's smiling eyes, it doesn't matter anymore. It seems she really wants to know if Komikado is half or pure Japanese. Her lapis lazuli eyes and soft golden hair glittering in the sunlight, I understand why Mayuri has to ask. Yeah, get her! Get her, girl! I love her! She's a fantastic! She's amazing! There's nothing wrong with her. She is literally perfect. Give her her own game.
違います。部のことを聞いただけで。
Oh, she knows you are so easily flustered and you have got the biggest target on your forehead from now until your time here at this academy is done.
そうだったかな。せっかくだ。君たちも気になっているようだから、僕のことも話しておこう。祖父が英国人で父はハーフ。僕はクオーター。
That makes you a quarter!
祖父の血が色濃く出たようで、あまり日本人らしくはないが、これでもチャキチャキの江戸っ子だよ。
八代先輩もクリスチャンなのですか？
一応ネリーに付き合って洗礼を受けているから、そうなるだろうね。
Oh, so this is a long-term friendship we have going on.
幼馴染なんですか？
Yatsuhiro nods. It seems that way, but somehow they don't go together. Just then, the lively conversation suddenly drops off. In the silence, I look at Komikado, captivated by her beautiful hair. Mayuri is the first to speak.
八代先輩は英国人とのと言いましたけれど、コミカド先輩はどこの？
そうだ。ネリーがどこの国を祖に持つか。せっかくだから謎々として出そう。最もキリスト教徒がいる
Country with the most Christians?
最も？
アメリカかしら？
No, it has to be like fucking Italy, I think. It would have to be Italy. That's just like osmosis and hearing like, hey, Jesus is really big in Italy. A friend made the joke to me once that because he lives in Italy, and he's like, people here have more pictures of Jesus Christ in their house than they do family members. So
でもコミカド先輩の雰囲気からしてイギリスも捨てがたいな。
I mean, you'd think that.
スオー君はどう思う？
The red sunlight reflecting in Komikado's hair seems to set it ablaze, and I am fascinated. When called upon, I come back to my senses and turn to Yatsuhiro.
聞いていなかったのかな？
Because of my hair, which, as my grandfather would say, is blacker than a wet crow, I have an inferiority complex, and so her golden hair is an object of envy for me.
まあまあ、いいじゃない。それよりも部への勧誘というけれど、スオさんたちは経験者なのかしら？
私は経験者ではありません。
子供の頃に地区の合唱会で少しだけ。
I glance sidelong at Komikado, who is asking Rika about her experience. I agonize over whether I should be honest and tell her I have some experience.
演奏者として経験があると。
You gotta, girl, I think that you gotta start facing some stuff. And you got people around you now who you can get to help you face your stuff. I can see it out of the corner of my eye, and it feels as though the very air around me has grown heavier.
それで、スオさんは経験者なのかしら？
We play piano. Like, let's just be honest about this. Let's get it out there. Let's rip the bandage off. Suoh, you got work to do on yourself. So, since I don't see any psychiatrists or psychologists around, we're gonna have to get a little help from our friends on this. Questioned by those blue eyes. I answer somewhat vaguely. She raises a beautiful eyebrow and presses me further.
少しだけですか？花火師さんのように部ではなく、地区の合唱会に参加していたのですか？
いえ、そうではなくて。
何？言いたくなければ言わずともいいんだよ。何せスオー君は13番目の使徒だ。
Frowning, Komikado reins in her friend using a harsh tone of voice. Yatsuhiro. Honestly, I prefer the lighthearted teasing. Perhaps she noticed where I'm looking as she draws near and takes my hand.
誰でも言いたくないことはあるものだ。口を閉ざしていいのだよ。
Aw. Her skin is as pale as her hair. I thank her, feeling a slight sense of relief from her guiding hand. Because of her warm words, I think I should be honest and reluctantly open my mouth.
母が音楽家でピアノを習っていたんです。賛美歌での演奏をしたことがあるので、少し。
Oh man, I got a feeling Suoh's got some stage mom trauma.
それじゃあ、少しだけ聞いてみてくれない？
Maybe a little much to be asking right now. She innocently asks. I feel the air grow even heavier as I stand before the piano, my memories of which are entwined with those of that woman.
すごい期待しているわね、スオさん。
こんな特技があるなんて大したものだね。
What my amitié partners are saying doesn't register in my ears. Let's just get this shit over with. Can't get it over with without doing it. I do as requested and pull out the chair. I play a single note and feel the shadow of my stepmother closing in on me.
早く。
I want to play well and get this nightmare over with. I am a 7-year-old child again. My fingers slide smoothly over the keyboard, just like back then. I intentionally immerse myself, creating a world consisting only of me and the black and white of the keys. If I do this, I can, for a moment, forget her and that shrill voice. How beautiful, I think I hear someone whisper. Oh no. I am not yet in my own world. The hateful instrument that binds me to that woman. But for now, I have no choice but to do this.
私は。いいね。結構だ。これだけ聞けば十分。
Ah, she pulls us out. This girl knows. She can sense it. This girl's got a sixth sense. She got a trauma sense. The voice of Yatsuhiro standing beside me brings me back to this world, and I raise my head.
さやかに星はきらめき。ね。
すごい上手なのね、スオさん。
ああ、本当に。
Hearing the voices of my amitié partners, I finally realize it's
あり
over.
がとう。正確なタッチだった。なかなかの腕前だね。
I think to stand, but my legs are powerless, so I remain seated. I want to leave this place as quickly as possible.
ねえ、途中で終わってしまったけど、最後まで聞きたいわ。
I don't know that that's a good idea. Hey, Yatsuhiro, you want to bail us out? She asks. Once again, I feel the shadow of that woman draw near.
そうね、もっと聞きたいわ。
Oh no! No, 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 no!
違う曲とかでもいいしね。
No, 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 no! Their voices grow distant. As their voices disappear, another voice grows louder in their stead. How her reproachful tone, cold sweat breaking out. What's wrong? My mouth goes dry. You don't look so good. It's seething forth. At the nurse's office, nauseated to the point of helplessness, envisioning my stepmother drawing in behind me. With my arms wrapped tightly around myself, I run from that place, knocking over the chair as I go. I feel my stepmother at my back. Faster. I run as though she is pushing me. I've got to get away from that place. But alas, no matter how far away I go, her cloud hangs over me. I feel the heat of her body on me, feel her odious breath at my ear. Am I still trapped? I put a hand on my thumping heart and look around. lush greenery, so lush it feels garish. I breathe in the same air which had felt so fresh when I came here, but is now heavy with the scent of plants, making me even more nauseated. I ran from the piano all the way to the greenhouse. I wonder for a moment if I ran from my stepmother and chased my grandfather's shadow. Then, arms wrapped around my own powerless, sweating body, I stumble around searching for a place where no one will find me. I try to judge whether this is something I can overcome. Pale and sweating, I drag myself along deeper into the greenhouse. I find a space that can't be seen from the door and crouch down. My Amitie partners and Yatsuhiro and Komikado, they must all be worried. If I take too long resting, people might find out about this thing I'm carrying. Perhaps I've thought too much as another wave of nausea washes over me and I double over. I curl over like a turtle in its shell, willing myself to calm down. I want this to stop, but all I can see is my stepmother's portrait. I guess I shouldn't have touched the piano. Just when I was thinking she had gone, a sick feeling that comes whenever I feel that woman's presence. If I throw up, this unbearable nausea will go away and I'll feel better. I know this from experience, but... My voice of reason, which nearly disappeared, asks, I came to this academy to change, but is it really okay that I'm still running away from that woman, the very symbol of my lack of change? Fight it! Fight it! You can do this. That's right. I came here because I wanted to change. You can do it, Suoh. We believe in you! She's separated from my father now and no longer family. Our paths will never cross. She's just another person, so... I force out the words to the specter of my stepmother that clings to my back. I hear a bewildered, questioning voice. Thinking I'm now hallucinating voices, I look up. Mayuri, come on, give us a hug. Hug us through this. The person I least want to see me in this condition is standing there. She's looking at me. I'm looking at her. She's seeing me here on my knees as though I'm repenting. All right. And I think that is going to be where we put things to bed for now. That was an amazingly eventful part. Lots going on now. We're starting to see more coming out. We're meeting some awesome new characters. Like, the cast is starting to round out a lot more. I had thought that, like, Erika was going to make another appearance and that she was going to become a regular member, but now we're being introduced to Yatsuhiro and Narine. And I don't know what this is going to be, and now we're starting to really dig deep into this poor child's trauma, and I can't help but think that that's going to be a pretty big part of things going forward. She's got a lot of things to get over, and whew, that's a lot. So yeah, thanks for coming out. We will be back here again next time, and you have a rest of your whatever. Bye. You have a good rest of your whatever. Gosh, I'm in such a hurry to get out of here after a goddamn hour and a half. Jeez. Whew. Okay, I usually do streams that are this long. All right, but you have a nice rest of your whatever, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.